patrons, friends, villains that are frustrating but that I cannot quit because you are essential to my character arc. Hello. I have developed a new hobby in the past few months, and that is watching professional vocal coaches react to a song called Ghost Love Score by Nightwish. It is 10 minutes long, it is a metal song, and it is a lot. Ghost Love Score took me 6 days, I believe. This song has an entire orchestra. I thought that I would show you a little bit of how that came together. Grab your leather jackets, practice your best smoldering looks, and let's get ready for some metal. That might need some work. And I can't do this all on my own, but I kinda do, and I'll show you how at the Triple Llama. I can't write a song. As with most of my covers, I did everything except for drums, and I was lucky enough to find a gentleman on YouTube named Christopher Denby who had a version of this that was only drums, and that was so much easier and less frustrating than trying to recreate the Ghost Love Score drum track by myself. And he gave me permission to use it. Yay. Guitars first, then bass, and then once we have the bones out of the way, we can focus in on the orchestra. This opening is enormous. Milky Way galaxy sized, and I'm one guy with a keyboard, so how are we going to do that? How are we going to keep this energy and make it also sound mysterious and metal? And even though it's very intense, I felt that it was important to keep that mysterious element, so I played the softest synth that I could find. So now we're going to add some strings. About half of this is somewhat accurate to what's being played there. I transposed it using Songster, which is a thing that I will show you a little bit later. The next day I did another string track, and it didn't quite work out, but I found out that if I sped up part of it, it intersected rather well with the track that I'd recorded the day before. Yeah, I didn't actually play that fast. I do that sort of thing very rarely. I made an exception in this particular case just because the scope of this song is so much bigger than what I normally do. And also, it sounded really cool, because when you put both of those tracks together, check it out. And the last element there is the choir. I did it via synth, and we got this. The only thing I would have liked is to hear a little bit more of the backing vocal. So on my version, I tried to make that a little more prominent. Let's call it bridge one. Going into that, it changes stylistically so much. Some really nice synth work here. Some minimal orchestration. So I decided to go for a mixture of synth and some little noodly acoustic stuff. We'll add in a little piano here. Quick solo. And then we have this part, which involves multiple instruments and goes on for quite some time. I had to cut most of this out. It just wasn't going to happen. I knew I needed something, though, because I can't go from that, rocking solo straight into another rocking solo. It's supposed to have some kind of dramatic buildup. So I did a bass track, a piano track. I'm not sure if it's going to survive or not. I ended up doing 2 different bell tracks. I am not playing that straight. That's like 3 different tracks at least. I talked earlier about Songster, which is a website that I just found, and it's great. It gives you the notation or the tablature, whichever you choose, of all the parts of a song, which for a song like this is very, very helpful. It's something that I wasn't able to do by ear like I normally do. I wanted to emulate the trumpet parts, and I selected trumpet and had it converted to guitar tablature, which I then had to mentally convert into whatever notes those actually are on a piano. There is a section that is very similar to the intro, but I didn't want to just do the same thing that I had done earlier, and I decided to do layers. Yeah, you remember that, right? Starting out here with just 1. And then slightly different. And then all together. I did some falsetto there, but Joseph ain't doing that. And there we have it. Ghost Love Score by Nightwish, the song for May. Yay! A special thank you to Echo Boots and Mark Reed, both of whom have their Patreon anniversaries in May. And thank you to all of you for continuing to make this llama go. Continuing to make this llama spit doesn't sound great. Actually, no, we should adopt that. From now on, the most metal thing that you can think of should be spitting like a llama. Take that, Glenn Danzig.